All right, in this week we are in project 17. This is the second project during this week 12, and we have got remove sections, and I'll show you how to do that. Make sure that you read in your textbooks and see how those are done. And when we get to it, project 17, I'll open it up, and it looks like this. It's a operating valve. So I want to come up here and hit new. We'll do a standard IPT, and if you're doing this in Inventor, we'll open this thing up and we'll draw this thing out real quick. It won't take just a few minutes, and then I'll show you how to do that. First thing I do is hit Sketch, 2D Sketch, and I want to draw this. I'll just draw it pretty simple. This thing is, you can see the overall diameter is 1.459 to 1.458. So I'm just going to draw it at 1.459, and we'll extrude that. We're going to extrude that thing. It's going to be 4.88. All right, so we got that in there. We'll go ahead and we'll put this little hole on this side. So just new sketch here, and right, it should follow up right in the center of it. We'll just kind of eyeball it up here and put us a 0.5 diameter in that, and the dimension is from there to there, and it is 0.38. Easy to do, easy to find, and 0.38. We'll extrude it, and we're going to cut. Distance is going back on that, and it actually comes all the way back, and it's going to come out here at this point. So you're looking at this is 1.25 and 1 inch. So we're going to do a calculator, kind of do some calculations on this. Overall is 4.88, and minus 1.44 minus 1.25, and then minus 1. You got 1 point, this, so this right here from here to here is 1.19. So just remember that 1.19 plus 1 inch plus this right here is coming over here is 0.38. So we'll add a little bit more on to where it's actually coming over here. So plus, we'll say 0.4. That way we know it's all the way through. So 2.59 will be fine. 2.59, and hit OK on that. So we got that one, and we'll turn around the other side. We'll get the hole on this one. And it's new sketch. It's actually got a drilled hole in it, so we got to put a point. So we put that point in there, finish the sketch out. We'll put the hole in at this point, and it's just going to be a straight hole. And it's actually going to have a distance on it. It's going to have a drill point. It's not a counterbore, it's actually just a straight hole through, and it's a 0.69 diameter. Diameter, and the distance on that is going to the body of the drill is 0.94. Okay, and it does have a drill point on it, and we'll say 118 degrees is basically standard drill size, so that's okay. So we got that in, looking good, and now I want to do these cuts on this. Now you can see on this left side view, this right here is that V shape. You see that? And then up here is the cut through, just right there. This one here, you can kind of come over here, and it's cut all the way across. Then it's got a keyway on the bottom. So what I want to do is, right now, if I look at this, let's see, is that right in the center? Yes, it looks like it's right in the center, how we've got that made. And what I can do at this point, there's a couple things. I could actually just make this my new sketch if I wanted to, and if I hit F7 it will slice it just like that. And I could actually go in here and draw few of these things up. I can draw this up, and I can draw this. This is going to be my cuts, okay? And I could, so 1.44 lines right up with this. So dimension off of the corner of this to right there is 1.44. And now from right here is going to be 0.88, just like that. And you're looking here from the center line up to there is 0.12. So I want to draw myself a center line in here. Dimension right off of that to there is 0.12. So we have all that in line. That looks good. The next thing is 0.38. You're going to have a dimension from here to there. It's 0.38. And this distance here is 1 inch. Okay. And then the dimension from the top of this to the bottom of this is 0.62 minus it's 0.59 to the center line right there. Okay. It's kind of hard to see that. So it's going to be point. Dimension. Zoom in here, catch that to there. And it doesn't want to do it, so might have to delete that and put me another line in. .59. Puts it way up there at the top. Then we can trim it out, what we don't want. And we should be in good shape at this point. No, wait. I think that's a little bit off, folks. And I look at it now. I think I'm seeing it a little bit different. It's 0.62 up to that point plus 0.59. Okay, I've got it now. That's coming off the bottom of this. So I want to project my geometry and catch that bottom part. And I want to do a dimension from there to there. And it's going to be 0.62 plus 0.59. That looks a lot better. Okay. So I finished the sketch out. I want to do an extrude, this and this, cut distance all the way through both sides, and okay. Oh, we messed up. So you got to go back, find your extrusion, right click, edit your feature, and I needed to do both ways. That looks better. Okay, good deal. Now, since we've got that, all we have to do is go in here and put this little key set in here at the bottom. And then we've got this little groove that we got to do, this V-shaped groove. So I'll be honest with you, let's go ahead and do the V-shaped groove and get it out of the way. And it would be pretty simple. Just come up here and just catch either one of these. You can catch this side or you can catch this side. It doesn't matter. And what I want to do is just click on it, new sketch, and then again F7 clears it out. And on this one, this V-shaped, from the bottom, I'm trying to look here, catching that 0.62 from the bottom up to where the V starts. Okay, so you can project your geometry and catch that, and you know, coming straight up off of that quadrant on the bottom, you're going to go up 0.62. And then you're going to have like a V-type pattern like that. And you see that coming at 0.62 is where that starts at right there. And it looks like to me from the center line it's going to be 0.19 up. So from the center line I want to go up 0.19 and I want to just shoot over straight over. And now I've got my ending points line. I'm coming from right there to right there, and from right there should be able to, it should actually let us line it up. Right there it is. You see that? No, it's not it. So I'll have to take this and pull this across. If it doesn't let me, I can extend it. Extend that line over. It's not going to let me do that either. So I can just do that. You can grab that point, go up there and hit that. And now I have that figured out exactly what I need at this point. So this all needs to be cut out underneath this right here. And the only thing that should come up and should leave that material on top. Yeah. So what I can do at this point is just trim the stuff that I do not need out. I don't need this stuff anymore because it'll just mess up. So I got that in there. So finish your sketch up, and I want to hit extrude, and I can come in here and see how I can grab that, how it highlights. I can grab that and do a cut. I want to flip it back the opposite way. Actually going that way, and I can do my distance. I could do 1 inch, or I can do 2 next and actually catch that surface right, or 2, I'm sorry, to this right there, and see how that cuts that out. And then just hit OK on that. The last thing is putting that little key seat on the bottom of it, and to do that, what I come up here, I find the plane that's going in that same direction, not that one, but that one. Hit my visibility on, hit work feature plane, click on it, and then come out here and just kind of hover, and it'll actually put that new plane right on the tangent of that. So I want to hide this one now just so it doesn't get in my way. Make myself a new sketch. Bring it over there. I had to make myself a new sketch, and now I'm going to put come in here, and I'm just going to actually, this goes all the way over to there, so I'm just going to do a rectangle, and I'm going to put this in here, and then I'll just do the dimensions on it, and it comes all the way to there, but it's okay if it breaks through that. It's breaking through that anyway. So I can come up here. It's 1.25 on that from that flat right there, from that cutting edge. It is 0.38 from the center, so I can put me a center line in this and dimension it. Be half of 0.38 divided by 2, and then come in here and get your overall size. And it's going to be 0.38 all together. And then it's got a radius on the back side here. Y'all see that? And 1.25, that's coming all the way out there to the edge. So I can probably go in here and do a tan, circle tan, 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 catch all those and that. And then do a trim. Just like that. Finish that sketch out, hit an extrude on that, and we're going to do a distance of, let's see what depth that is. Actually, if you have to shoot it over here, project over, 0.44 is that depth, and OK on that. And I didn't cut it. You see how I joined it? So I got to go back, edit my feature, change it to cut, and it's cut out now. Looks good. And I think there is a hole that goes all the way through this as well, but just for the sake of time, we're just going to keep on moving. And I'll show you, and I want to go ahead and save this. Just do a save. And we're going to put this where we can find this. This would be CAD 112 week 12. This is project 17. So I save that. And now when I hit new and I go in there and I grab myself an IDW and I go in here to put it on. You probably want to put this on a smaller size paper, edit sheet. Let's put it on a B size or something like that. I bring my base view in, and let's do that right there. Looks good. We can do it 2 to 1 if we want to. No, that's a little bit too big. Let's do 1 to 1. Okay. I want to project my view. I can project my view like that, just like how they've got it. But I want to show you how that you do those. We are going to do the remove sections of this, and this is how you do it. It's basic. You just go up here to section, and hit section, click on the preparated part, and I'm going to click just right here in the center of this and bring this down and continue. And I want to call this one C, because cap lock and C. Okay. And we can actually, you can take that view and pull it out of there. If I can get a hold of it here. There it is. There's my view. But anyways, I'll put this underneath of it. And I don't want this to be in projection. I want to put it up here or something like that out of the way. So what you can do is just right click on it, edit the view, and you can go into display options and align to base. And what that does when you take that off, it takes it out of alignment. Okay? And I can actually pull this back over and get this thing squared away. Get it back in. And I can even project it over again if I wanted to. We can pull this up. We can project this thing down. That way that you can see that cut out in the bottom of it, just like that. Okay. And now we'll kind of pull all them in there together a little closer. And now let's go ahead and do the last couple section views. There's going to be a section view coming right actually this CC, and check this out. I can actually grab a CC and I can move it over here and see how it changes. And you can move these up a little bit for room, however you want to do it. Section now, click on this. I'm going to go right down through the middle of it, try to eyeball it up with this. That way they look about the exact distance. You might have to bring it over here, and again, edit your view, model or display options, break it out of alignment, grab it and bring it up here, and just bring it where you've got, and that one should have been BB. And that's okay. We'll just go with that. We could actually change it, but there's no sense in doing that right now, because we can actually just take and move this thing if we wanted to and put it over here. And there's your actual AA. But section, and I'll get the last one. We'll stick it right in there. And this one, make sure when you do this that you go ahead, get it lined up in there. Continue, bring it over, and this one would be BB. It's perfect. And I want to break that out of its alignment. Edit view, display options, align to base, get rid of that. I'll put it up in here somewhere. And you can put these, we can put them down here if that's need be. But you'll use those to put dimensions on as well, so that people can actually see at those certain points that's what we're looking at. And it helps them to be able to identify what the drawing is and just get everything lined up nice and neat and symmetrical and have it looking similar to that. And go in there, use your annotations, your center marks, dimensions, and get this thing put together correctly. If you need help with it, just let me know.